Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Oblong Polka Dots and my name is Kerr. And on this channel we talk about makeup, skincare, and beauty. So if that's something you're into, you've come to the right place. I hope it's not loud in here. I have a fan sitting next to me because it's pretty toasty. We are going for a quickish, neutralish look, hopefully. So we're going to start off with a primer. Oh, excuse me, I didn't even tell you what palette we're using. I grabbed this Pat McGrath Mothership Iconic Infatuation eyeshadow palette. And I don't know the actual name, so I hope that was the name, because you know how her packaging is. This is what it looks like. And let's pull out the palette. This is the palette. Her packaging is always so pretty. And these are the shades. I am going to try and aim for just a single shadow because I am in a hurry. All right, let's begin with our Essence Prime Like a Boss eyeshadow base. It's my favorite primer in the world. It's so good. And it does come out a little bit oily, but I promise you it dries down to a nice tacky finish that will keep your shadow from creasing all day long. It will hold it in place. And it's such a fantastic price point. You can buy this at Ulta, and they typically will have sales on Essence products, so you can buy one, get one free or something like that. This is from Milani. This is the number 4 color corrector in Nectar. And although the packaging is messy, the product is amazing. If you can get past the messiness of the packaging, you are good to go. We're using this underneath our eyes to counteract some of that gray shadow that just happens naturally. It's totally hereditary. It's normal, but I don't necessarily always want it peeking through my makeup. So we're going to let that sit there for a minute, sponge it out just a little. And then we're going to also go in with this Lancome Tainted Oil Ultra Wear Concealer in the number 470 underneath my eyes. Love this concealer. Lancome really has an extensive line of shades and undertones that fit probably everyone. So we're just going to let that sit there for a second, and we're going to go in and grab this little brush right here. We have a fluffy brush this time, and I normally do my shadow in a gradient, but like I mentioned, I'm trying to go for like a single shade here. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to actually begin with this color right here, and I'm going to pop that into my crease, and then we'll go from there, because I may end up having to use two. Not the end of the world. We're just blending that in. We'll do the same on the other side. You guys are already familiar with Pat McGrath Labs, I'm sure, and the quality of her eyeshadows, which is pretty spectacular. She has a formula that's a little bit dry, so if you were trying to think of maybe like a drugstore version that would be similar, possibly like the NYX shadows, they're a little bit dry, or even like the ColourPop pressed pigments, those are also a little bit dry. So it's not creamy like the Lorac shadows. I hope that's a good point of reference for you. So we have that in the crease, and then we're going to go in with this other shade right here, but we're going to use that with a flat brush on the lid. So we're just going to pat that in right there. So we're taking this to about the second half of the eye, just short of that 50% mark. And we're just patting it in. Okay, and then for the lid, I think I'm actually going to add a little razzle dazzle. Why not? So I have my NYX primer right here. It's the glitter primer that I really love a lot. We're taking a little bit of that, and we're going to pat that in all the places where we want this next color to really shine. It's a very tacky primer, so it's going to hold on to whatever you put on top of it. So keep that in mind, because if you are laying this down on top of another shadow, chances are you're going to lift it. So I think, even though I've done that a million times before, this definitely works best on bare skin. Just FYI. All right, so for the lid, we're going to go on with this shadow right here. This nice pink one. Same brush that we were using a second ago, the flat brush. We'll just flip it over and use the side we haven't used yet. And we're just pressing that on top of where we just laid down that glitter primer. Here we go. Looking good. A little bit more, probably. Okay, and then we're going to take this, a little bit more. We're going to take the same brush that we have in our hands, and we're going to flip it back over to the side that we were using earlier. We're going in with that lighter color, and we're just going to offer a little bit of a transition between that deeper color and that sparkle that we just laid down. And then that way there's not so much of a stark contrast between the two. It's got a nice transitional feel to it. Can you see the difference there? See what I mean? How it gives a nice transitional finish. All right, and then we're going back in with our other little fluffy brush one more time, just to ease that edge a little bit. And that's it for the shadow. As always, I like the Pat McGrath formula. I think it's really easy to work with. This is a beautiful palette, you guys. I can say for sure I would recommend that you purchase it. It's just really nice. Okay, let's finish the eyes, shall we? Because we are in a hurry. We are going to go back in with our little sponge. Our little friend here. We're going to finish blending out what we got going on underneath. And then today, I think I'm going to go foundation free. I don't think I'm doing any foundation today. I'm just going to rock what we got. Just like that. It's very skin-like. And then we're also going to go in with a little bit of powder. I grabbed this Pat McGrath powder as well because I haven't used it yet. And I'm going to use this to set my under eye. This is just one of those puffs that I got from Amazon. I'm just going underneath the eye with this powder. This is in the shade Deep. So we're going to see what it looks like. It's supposed to be a blurring powder. So we're going to see if it's really blurring or not. What do you guys think? Does it look blurred to you? Put the excess down. Oh, sorry if my face is a little bit red. I had a treatment yesterday. Let's put this away. And then we are going to go in with this Patrick Star One Size. Actually, let's throw a blush on. I feel like my face is a little bit flat. Let's use something relatively neutral. This is from Marina Beauté. It's the Terre Rouge blush. Marina Beauté is an Afro-Swedish brand. Just add a little bit of love to the cheeks. There we go. Just show a little love, you know? Something to bring a bit of joy to the face. Sorry if you hear noise in the background, that's my son sleeping. Okay. Lastly, let's go ahead and use our Patrick Star One Size powder. I'm going to turn this fan off so it doesn't blow everywhere. If you are sensitive to hairspray, this is not the setting spray for you. But if you can handle hairspray, this is a fantastic setting spray. I'm going to grab this liner from Urban Decay. It's in the shade Demolition. And I'm just going to go along the waterline because I want to make it look like my lashes are thicker. There we go. And I think for my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this other liner from Urban Decay. It's called Love Drug. I don't typically line my lower lash line, but I'm doing a lot more lately. Just something to connect the top and the bottom. And for my line, or excuse me, my mascara, I'm going to go with the Lancome Monsieur Big. I like this mascara a lot. It's a really wet formula, which I enjoy. Plus it has that kind of spoolie that I like. A little bit more. Yeah, that's good. I do like this a lot. I think that's it. Let's grab a lip. We'll grab a lip and we'll be done. A very quick look. So I recently did a declutter video. You'll see it. It's going to go up where I cleaned out all of this. So all of the lips that are up here are going to be like whatever I'm going to use from now on. And I think today, let's see, I just bought these e.l.f. lipsticks. They're the O ones. Let's see what this shade is. This will work. This is the O Face lipsticks, I think. And this is in the shades Shameless. And it's a satin. Feels good. And it smells like vanilla. And it's got a magnetic case. That's it, you guys. That is the look. What do you think? I hope that you like it. It was quick, huh? Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.